Dale Lidstrom was in perfect health. His wife Rita says he hardly would get a cold.
It appears that Dale's been strong throughout his life. He didn't go to doctors. He ate what he wanted to. He slept well, worked hard.
That is until August 5th, 2008. Dale had gone to a hardware store to buy a tool he needed to finish up a remodeling project, but he never made it home.
As I was walking out the door of the store, I remember nothing else. Suddenly, I was told later that I grabbed my chest and I fell to the ground somewhere in that parking lot.
Dale had a heart attack. A retired nurse was nearby and started CPR. Paramedics arrived 8 minutes later.
We pulled in to find Dale, full cardiac arrest, laying in the parking lot. He was unresponsive, not breathing, and had no heart rate at all. Basically, he was dead when we found him and started to resuscitate him. We shocked him a total of 3 times, got him in the back of the ambulance, and started the hospital.
Rita's sister came by to tell her the news. They immediately drove to the hospital and prayed.
And I said, Jesus, out loud, you got to go first. I can't do this.
Dale was rushed to surgery where doctors began to repair the damage to his heart. He had been without proper circulation to his heart and brain for nearly 8 minutes. Dr. Vielbig was the cardiologist in charge.
He had experienced what's called sudden cardiac death. And this is where the heart rhythm suddenly becomes very rapid and irregular, and the heart doesn't pump any blood. And so the person drops dead at that point.
Doctors discovered that one of his major arteries, also called the widowmaker, was 90% blocked. Doctors opened it with a stent and restored blood flow.
A blockage in that artery early on is euphemistically called a widowmaker because people don't survive that if something isn't done properly. Too much heart muscle is lost.
After surgery, doctors told Rita that while the procedure was successful, Dale was still in critical condition. He remained on life support throughout the night.
He said, in all my surgeries, I've only had one survivor of this nature, and there was brain issues, and your husband will have brain damage.
Rita asked her family to pray a very specific prayer.
Will you agree with me that God will take him in glory or raise him up in glory, but deliver us from this evil?
15 minutes later, she went back to his room and something miraculous happened.
He didn't even know anything, looked straight to me, like this. And I looked at him and I said, Dale, honey, we love you. And he looked at each one of us in the room like, why are you here? I ran out and I got the doctor and I said, he's okay, nothing's wrong.
Within 1 day, he was taken off of life support, and soon he was talking. What's more, tests revealed no neurological damage.
He was totally intelligent. One of his friends came to visit him. He had a 2-hour Bible study with him.
Dale was discharged from the hospital on Saturday, just 4 days after his heart attack, completely healed.
I know Dale's recovery was an absolute, instantaneous miracle. That's why our minds are blown.
Dr. Vielbig recently spoke with Dale. He says statistically the odds were stacked against him for a complete recovery.
Most of the people don't even make it to the hospital. They die at home in their sleep. So he really has recovered completely.
Dale and Rita have been married for 44 years. Every moment they spend together is much sweeter.
I felt like I was just picking up where I'd left off in the sense of our relationship and the grace of God.
We've enjoyed a whole lot more love and appreciation for every breath. Just that he's there and I can just hold his hand and look at his face and he can talk to me.
Dale doesn't remember anything of his miraculous survival. All he knows is that God is a merciful God and that miracles still happen.
The rest of my life, I will live in the wonder of that, and we will know. Whether I can explain it or not, I know my God had mercy on me, and he's a merciful God. He delights in mercy, and he will do it for you.